welcome to our practice. It is Friday, the 10th of September. We're in the month of Magu and Chiwangmu in the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple. And today we are rounding out this week's practice. And next week, we will have a break. Next week and the week after, there will be a break from daily practice broadcast. You can still chant along at home. I'll still post a daily verse from the Tao Te Ching, but just be aware that I won't be live practicing. I may do a pop-up practice here and there, but I can't guarantee that I'll be doing practice live next week because it will be I'll be traveling and it might be difficult to have the internet signal to do the video. So let's dive in with today's practice. I just want to say I'm so excited and so happy because today, so Albert's birthday is upon us. He had his birthday Wednesday, and all of his friends came for a visit, and they're camping. And I'm kind of coming and going from camping because I still have to take care of our house and everything. But last night I went and I slept in the tent with Albert in the middle of the forest, and it started raining last night at about 11 p.m. Really hard, long lasting, drenching rain. And it rained all the way until 4:30 this morning. I am over the moon. When I woke up and came out of the tent, the whole forest was breathing. You could see the mist moving among the trees as the trees were breathing, as everything in nature was in such complete gratitude. That's all I can describe it as, was this total gratitude of nature. It felt amazing and wonderful. I'm so happy. So a way that can be walked is not the way. A name that can be named is not the name. Tao is both named and nameless. As nameless, it is the origin of all things. As named, it is the mother of all things. A mind free of thought, merged within itself, beholds the essence of Tao. A mind filled with thought, identified with its own perceptions, beholds the mere forms of this world. Tao and this world seem different, but in truth, they are one and the same. The only difference is in what we call them. How deep and mysterious this unity is, how profound, how great. It is the truth beyond the truth, the hidden within the hidden. It is the path to all wonder, the gate to the essence of everything. So today's verse is verse 59. Rule the people and serve heaven, yet hold nothing more dear than the mother's harvest. Let every thought and every breath be the fruit of your offering. Do it now. Let her power run thick in your blood. There will be no obstacle you cannot overcome, no limit you cannot surpass, no empire you cannot rule. Ah, but in all your glory, never lose sight of the mother. Without her, your empire will crumble, your power will waste away, for the mother brings the harvest. She alone causes all things to endure. We call this deep roots and a solid trunk, the way of long life and lasting insight. you know, we don't really concern ourselves too much in this temple with rulership or empire building. That's not really the point of what we're doing here. I'd say that what we're doing here is decolonizing for the goddess. We are releasing structures of colonization of the mind that give rise to things like rulership and empire building, but rather we're creating mandalas, spheres of magic and devotion. And within those spheres of magic and devotion, we move our energy, our sacred life force in complete partnership and reverence with the goddesses that we serve. So, the goddesses that we work with in the Mount Shasta Goddess Temple are the goddesses of my mandala. And for the first year of our priestess training and the second year of our, first year of our priestess training, all the students basically follow my mandala so that they can get the sense of what it feels like to have that kind of a movement through their lives of different goddesses, and how to give each one proper attention. And then in the second year, each of the priestesses creates her own mandala that is her own sphere of goddesses. And it's linked with a lot of different things. It's linked with the seasons, it's linked with your personal geography, it's linked with your personal path or your various different belief systems that you might hold. So there's a lot of layers to how this is created, and it's a hands-on process. When we create the mandala that we tend as priestesses, we're not creating an empire to be ruled. We're creating a sphere of light to be served, and that sphere of light within which we're operating becomes our teacher. So then it's nature teaching us, it's the cycles of time teaching us, it's our own experiences teaching us. Whereas, when priestesses are studying in the program, I'm the teacher, but then after that's done, I'm not the teacher anymore as much as the, exemplar of how to live inside of this modality, and a resource of somebody that you can come to and talk to if you find, there's an obstacle. And I think one of the key things in this process has been for me to always reveal where I encounter my obstacles, where I encounter my difficulties. There are lots of women in the goddess community who kind of want to put out there a certain type of face that is seems flawless. And that flawlessness, I understand is part of the patriarchal demand for media presence for women. We get more harshly judged than men do if we have a bad day. We're more likely to be blamed when something bad happens to us than men are. We are more likely to be thought of poorly if we are having a rough go of it, or if we go through a patch of obstacles. There's going to be other women who have been trained by society to sort of stand beside us and look at us and be kind of judgmental about that, as if we deserved that somehow. And that's been my experience in goddess community and in the pagan community. And, frankly, to some degree in the Western Buddhist community, although not as much there. But that idea that, women are supposed to present ourselves as, successful in that patriarchal paradigm, by revealing that we have an empire or that we have a command of something, that pressure is very great. And it breeds competition amongst women. It breeds negativity. It breeds a kind of judgmentalism that happens. It's not very pleasant. It's definitely not sisterly. Learning how to work with the mandala, the sphere of light that we tend and serve with devotion is our aim here. And where our devotion is not performative, our devotion is instructive. And the devotion will bring up things. There will be toxins that come up. There will be poisons that come up. There will be difficulties that arise from within our landscape of experience that we are then going to study closely and teach ourselves how to handle. And this is, to me, the most durable way that any of us can learn how to truly live a life of spiritual service, because someone can give you a step-by-step plan, or someone can show you their way of handling it, and that can be really useful. But at the end of the day, when we encounter difficulties or obstacles, it's ourselves that we need to resource for how we're going to cope. We can ask for help. We can ask for perspective. We can ask for guidance. We should have trusted elders, mentors, and friends who are willing to tell us the truth, and who are willing to be present with us, and who are willing to share their experiences of difficulty, of hardship, of growth and learning as a way of uplifting us, encouraging us, and making sure that we feel confident enough to solve our problems. So this passage is saying, when in doubt, no matter how great things are going, or no matter how difficult things might be, go back to your devotion to the Great Mother, particularly the Mother in her form as Earth. The, way that our lives are moving at this time, we have to tend this planet. It is our home, but it's more than our home. It is the source of every good thing that we have ever experienced in these lives, or that we ever will experience in these lives. So this earth deserves our care. And if we don't tend the earth, and if we don't tend the earthly goddess, the goddess who makes the harvest happen, the goddess of the passage of time, the movement of the seasons, in her many different forms, we're not going to be doing a very good job tending the mandala that we've been given. We've been given this mandala of earth, this sphere to serve. So today and this weekend, let's each of us find an extra special way to be of service to the earth and her children. I know that what I'm going to do is today, I noticed that the rain at the campsite brought out, I could see a lot of little bits of plastic and stuff in the dirt. And when I go back later today, I'm going to bring a bag. I'm going to gather up all the little bits of plastic that I saw when I was on my way out this morning. And I'm going to see about, what else I can do this weekend to tend the earth and her creatures. So that's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. Tend the earth, and remember, there's nothing that you ever have built or ever could build that isn't sourced from this sphere that we occupy. And she deserves the utmost of our attention, our practice, and our devotion. And now, 3 prostrations before the shrine as we dive into Guanyin practice. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today we're holding Rhiannon, who she had a hard time with her procedure yesterday and ended up back in the ER in the middle of the night. And also holding for the forests that are drinking in the rain from last night. May all of the fires be quelled by this driving rain. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guanxi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to the one who is always paying attention to the cries of the earth. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. And brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume Chuksum Shidang Jetsun Ma Galyum Pakma Drome Jintuyi Daki Sisu Paljorn Yandraknam Yarnu Dadang Yarchi Soshindu Kepar Kaje Wantang Lungta Nam Nyampa Soshing Chetu Gawa Long Shije Lekpe Lamdu Drowa Dang Sering Nime Dedang Denjur Shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace, and happiness be ours. Lume Chuksum Shidang Jetsun Ma Galyum Pakma Drome Jintuyi Daki Sesu Paljoin Yandraknam Yarnu Dadang Yarji Soshindu Kepar Kaje Wangtang Lungta Nam Nyampa Soshing Chatu Gawa Long Shije Lekpe Lamdu Drowa Dang Sering Nime Dedang Denjur Shi. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending our good energies to Rhiannon and to anyone else who needs them today, and to the sanctity of the beautiful wild earth. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher, wishing everyone a brilliant and wonderful day and a good weekend. And we'll be back in pop-up practice next week and the week after, and then I'm back for a week, and then it goes back to pop-up practice only for the next couple weeks after that, because this is my travel season. I hope everybody does really well, and please do still send me your recitations if you do them every day, because I do want to add them to the count. Bye.